212. Thank you for joining us from the comfort of your own homes as the rest of us freeze and get blown away out here in Northampton. Live coverage on Coventry United TV of Northampton Old Northamptonian Chenecks versus Coventry United, about to start here on CUTV. My name's Neil Cook, bringing you through the next 2 hours of live action here at the Old Northamptonian Sports Ground. Coventry United and Northampton O.N. Chenecks are about to enter the field. Let's get into your team news first of all, starting with Coventry United. 3 changes from Sunday's victory, only 2 days removed. Honestly, it doesn't feel like we've had a rest today. Into the starting line for Coventry United: number 1, Dan Moore; 2, Harry Sawyer; 3, Steph Morley; 4, Adam Miles; 5, Captain Chris Cox; 6, Luke Downs; number 7, Charlie Shaw; number 8, Sam Ellis; 9, Ryan Harkin; 10, Charlie Faulkner; and number 11, Cameron Dunn. Substitutes for the Red and Greens: number 12, Danny Fraser; 14, Riley Devoyle; 15, Stanley Jube; 16, Gift Musa; and number 17, Lewis Wilson. And for Northampton Old Northamptonian Chenecks this afternoon, we'll shorten it to Northampton O.N. Chenecks for the remainder of the day. Starting for the Chenecks this evening: number 1, Bradley Lashley; 2, Seb Innes; 3, Kieran Mobbs; 4, Luke Andrews; 5, Luke Pearce; 6, Jacob Cox; 7, Aisha Augustine; 8, George Herbert; number 9, Lewis Irwin; 10, Ray Poku; and number 11, Pharrell Anderson. Substitutes for the Chenecks: number 12, Tyron Primus; 14, Lamine Gemma; 15, Lewis Green; 16, Johnny Moneyman; and 17, Axel Owusu. And you can see the management staff trudging over Coventry United. There goes United's Man Mountain himself, Gary Hardick. And here they come, ladies and gentlemen. The Red and Green Army go wild in Northampton. Coventry United in their usual strip of red, green and black, and Northampton in their home strip of white, navy and red lining. We can see Gaz Hardick there ruining the shot. Give us a wave, Gaz. It's 8th versus 13th tonight in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Coventry United leading the way. A successful few weeks under the stewardship of Terry Anderson and Luke Morton, the legendary Coventry United management duo who have returned to the club. And they have yet to taste defeat or even a draw. So form is on the side of Coventry United. They won 3-1 in the Isuzu FA Vars on Sunday against high-flying Hanley in the Midland League. Only once they've tasted defeat in the league this season, but they're out of the FA Vars. Coventry United's opponents, Northampton O.N. Chenecks, lost 3-0 at Bilston Town on Saturday. They've had an extra 24 hours rest. Will that count for something this afternoon? We'll also keywords out what's going on in Europe today. Liverpool taking on Inter Milan, and that is the game that Luke Morton and Terry Anderson don't want to hear about. They told me on the way here, so I think I might be walking home this evening. We do know that Florian Wirtz is on the bench in that one, as Ekitike and Alex Isak are starting. So we'll let you know what's going on over in Milan as and when we can. A couple of full-time scores to bring you. Kairat Almaty 0, Olympiacos 1 and Bayern Munich 3, Sporting Lisbon 1. Elsewhere for the English teams, Chelsea away at Atalanta and Spurs versus Tottenham Hotspur. And, of course, there is the small matter of Coventry City in their usual hoodoo match against Preston. They've not won there in, about 70 years, I think. They scored 8 points there in league action. So hopefully Coventry City can get their season back on track after a little blip against Ipswich on Saturday. right, Red and Green Army, this is it. Coventry United kicking from left to right in the red. Northampton Chenecks in the white and navy. We wish you could be here, but if you can't be, this is the best way to tune in live on Coventry United TV. The highlights will be available for you tomorrow evening. And the dugouts here at the old Northampton's old Northamptonians, I should say, sports grounds are quite far apart and also very close to the touchline. So it may cause the linesmen a few issues this afternoon. But we are underway. Coventry United kicking from left to right, and the action is underway in the United Counties League Premier Division South. It's hooked up field there by the Northampton number 6, Jacob Cox. Here's Charlie Faulkner on the left wing for Coventry United, his preferred attacking role. He's played most of the season at left back. To field by Innes. And a cushion header by Chris Cox. It's safely back with Dan Moore, the former Worcester City shot stopper. By Moore in his fluorescent yellow goalkeeping jersey. Faulkner sent high into the sky by Pearce, and there's Cov United's top model there, Rolly Devoyle in front of the camera. United pressing on, but Northampton standing firm in the minute. Captain up front, Lewis Irwin, getting in close proximity there, and there's a free kick given in the centre circle. A combination of Charlie Shaw and Charlie Faulkner getting involved there. The two Charlies starting for the first time in a good old while. Strong contingent of Coventry United fans here, perhaps even outweighing the Northampton faithful. So it's a good turnout for the Red and Green Army, and it's going to be a free kick heading in by Luke Pearce. Faulkner's header. And swiftly cleared by Chris Cox towards Ryan Harkin, the United top scorer. No nonsense defending from Luke Andrews, sends it towards the rugby pitches. Two of them on the far side. Another football pitch to our right where the United players are training before the match. And another football pitch over towards our left-hand side. It's a big old complex, this. And the throwing up line, it's flicked away by Seb Innes. Trying to keep Ryan Harkin and Cameron Dunn quiet, the two top scorers for Coventry United. Morley, he's looking for Ryan Harkin in there. It's going to be a day late and $1 short for the United top scorer, and out it goes for the goal kick. Now at that end, it is going to be a bit of a problem for the goalkeepers because there isn't any barriers to stop the ball from rolling into the next field, so the keepers are going to be doing their cardio if there's any wayward shots. So Brad Lashley between the 6 in a neon green kit. Drifts towards the right hand side. Innes is up for it. Beaten mid-air by Adam Miles. Faulkner crowded out. Handball claims there, but it's Aja Augustin who plays it down the right hand side. Poku shoves aside the challenge from Steph Morley. Yeah, nice to go for a more robust option on the left. Danny Fraser is there for the crosses and the intricate runs. And Steph Morley is there for the come near me and I'll boot you over the next field. There's Stanley Tube just avoiding the camera there, back in the United squad. Thrown to the area. Faulkner gives his bonds to it. And sent back in, and Dan Moore scrambling across his goal. And Poku arriving at the far post, but couldn't keep the ball within the confines of the pitch. I think he was half expecting the flag to raise on the far side. It has stayed down. So Coventry United will get underway again with the goal kick. We've had 4 minutes at the old Northamptonian Sports Ground. Northampton O.N. Chenecks 0, Coventry United 0, live here on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. So it's Moore. Cushion header on this near side by Kieran Morris. And United have the decision on the halfway line. And there is Sawyer. Harkin loses out. Charlie Shaw tries to keep United going. Purse can only return it to Shaw. Harkin in the corner. And Sam Ellis starting in attacking midfield this afternoon, putting Chenecks under pressure. And here is Sam Ellis, who got that late goal against Hanley on Sunday to make it safe. He couldn't make an impact on the scoreline yet. But Cameron Dunn might put it in for Sam Ellis. And Ellis tried to slide in on the ball, actually took out Luke Andrews. The referee says nothing doing, so it was a clear attempt to go for the ball. Another attempt to thread it through for Sam Ellis. This time it's Purse away. United trying several balls into the area, but Chenecks are doing well at the back, clearing every single effort. And Sam Ellis lunge in on Andrews. Kept in on the far side by Charlie Faulkner. Back with Dan Moore. The wind seems to have died down a little bit, which is good news for the CUTV microphone. A long ball from the back, headed back where it came from by Innes. Bounces to Steph Morley. A veteran of 20 years in non-league, a former Manchester United trainee, played with the likes of Kieran Richardson and Darren Gibson. Safely back with Moore, his first season in the net for Coventry United. And it's a ball over Poku. Harry Sawyer, was he looking to dink it over the goalkeeper there? It bounces into the grateful grasp of Brad Lashley. I wouldn't describe that as the first effort of the night, but Coventry United making promising attacking play. Innes, it's a powerful ball back to Lashley and avoids the slide of Ryan Harkin, but Harkin's presence forces Lashley into the mistake, curls it out to the right. And the throw is towards Harkin, hooked on towards Charlie Shaw, looking for his fourth goal in 4 games, sings the chest of the goalkeeper. Shaw connects with the goalkeeper, and Sam Ellis dipping his effort into Lashley's grasp. Appeals of a penalty over on this near side. So I think the referee's got that one right. Irwin, overhead kick. Luke Downs wins the aerial tussle. Herbert. The wind would have curtailed the long ball game, but it's a lot lighter than it was when we arrived here in Northampton, so we could well see a bit more Route 1 on a pitch which has held up well under the conditions, but isn't going to be anything like Coventry United's 3G pitch. Shaw. Doesn't get a run by Charlie Faulkner, only to the feet of Luke Purse. And Joe Cairns just walking past us. He's going for a little bit of light training. Hopefully back in the United side very soon. He scored on his last appearance for the Red and Greens against Heanor. So we're expecting a goal a game when he comes back. And the throw from Innes. Miles nods it across his back line, and there's looks like Irwin has stayed down for the Chenecks, but Sam Ellis looking to take advantage. Cameron Dunn is a pace behind Kieran Mobbs, but Mobbs had no choice but to roll it out on this near side. United throwing just down line from the penalty area. And the referee just checking that, in fact, it's not Ray Poku, it's actually Lewis Irwin, who is he's just sorting his shin pads out. Doesn't look like anything too serious. We hope you can join us in person at the Butts Park Arena on Saturday for the visit of Ainsbury. 3 o'clock kickoff. And straight afterwards, the Red and Greens are heading over to Dublin, and somehow I've wangled myself an invite as well, so that'll be an interesting weekend. And the throw from Sawyer. Harkin. Too close to comfort for George Herbert. Harkin looking to get it away to Harry Sawyer, and a pincer movement between Harkin and Sawyer, taking out Ray Poku, and the free kick given in favour of the home side. 9 minutes gone. 0-0 between Northampton O.N. Chenecks in 13th place in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Coventry United in 8th. Won all 3 matches under Terry Anderson since his return to the club. And the Champions League matches are just starting to get underway. There's already been a goal in the Championship. It's thankfully not at Deepdale. But Southampton continued their resurgence against West Bromwich Albion. Here's Augustin. Takes it to the near flank. Wrestled to the ground by Charlie Shaw. But Poku keeps it alive. Crowded out. And Harry Sawyer looking for an escape route. Chris Cox sticks his laces through that one. So back where it came from by Pearce. Faulkner. Followed on by Herbert. Chested down by Harry Sawyer on a 2-way deal from Rugby Borough. But under pressure can only skew it to the right. And that will be a throw-in for Northampton O.N. Chenecks. Well, you can tell that the winter conditions are here. The Wenger coat's out. And you can tell it's a Wenger coat because it goes down to your knees. And it took 10 minutes to zip up. It's not often you have a commentator with a wardrobe malfunction before a game. Poku prevented from reaching the area by Adam Miles' clearance. And a throw-in level with the area on the left wing for the home side. And the throw from Innes. Gets it back from Augustin. Just trying to force him into the corner. Augustin, first time delivery. Racing across is Pharrell Anderson to beat Charlie Faulkner to the punch. But Faulkner has not lost a step in his 6th week out of action. And looks to play Ryan Harkin through the long ball. But collected by Lashley on the fringe of his area. And quickly played out to Seb Innes, who is currently out on the left wing. His side on the right. He swapped positions with Kieran Mobbs. Anderson ducks and will retrieve the loose ball. Miles with a hand in the back. And a boot in as well, and Miles saying, well, I didn't touch it. Assistant on the far side is in no doubt. It is a throw-in to the Chenecks, level with the penalty area on the right wing. Well, Innes is back on the right. It's a hoof towards Irwin. Leaping like a salmon is Adam Miles. He's tried to put it straight back in at the first attempt. Couldn't get the right connection. United's counter falters, or does it? Charlie Shaw looking for Ryan Harkin. Turned away by Andrews. And Innes. And well, the attempted ball by Pearce was where he thought Seb Innes was, but he'd already made his way a couple of yards back. So United will pick it up with a throw-in about 15 yards into enemy territory. 15 minutes gone at Deepdale. Preston 0, Coventry City 0. Many Sky Blues fans heading up to Lancashire not expecting a result despite being top of the league because simply they've not done any good at Preston since probably the 1940s. Little trip on Faulkner. Referee says nothing doing. Here's Harkin. Clips it to Sam Ellis. Headed return to Ryan Harkin. Ennis gets there first and punts it out, allowing his teammates to regroup. Chenecks have had a good sustained spell of pressure. It's come to win it now. United starting to bare their teeth. It's Steph Morley at left back with the throw. Was there a hand in the back on Sam Menace? Referee feels not. And now he's going to stop play as one of the defenders on the far side is down, holding his ankle. That's Jacob Cox. And there's been a goal in one of the other games in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Moulton 0, Nuneaton Town 1. Issa Sawyers in the 6th minute for the team who now sit in 2nd place. And Northampton Sowerby Rangers in a crucial game against Oadby Town. That's still 0-0 after 14 minutes. And if you missed the FA Vars draw, which we announced yesterday, then Coventry will be taking on GNG Obi Town in round 4, the most advanced stage of the competition United have ever reached. Hopefully it will be one step closer to Wembley in the new year. Fixtures take place on the weekend of the 14th of January. So we've got 2 weeks to get the old Christmas turkey and dark fruits out of the way over the festive period. Hopefully the lads will be running at full pelt that weekend. Driving up from midfield is Charlie Faulkner, and the through ball was, well, I don't think the road runner was catching that one. Lashley with the gather. As done, just made him think about it. Towards Irwin. Irwin nods it on. Here's Pharrell Anderson, no relation to the Coventry United manager. Looked to clip it to Irwin and headed out of bounds on the right. And the throw-in will follow from the right back, Seb Innes. It's a delapse special from Innes. Off the sternum of Mars and put back in towards the near post. Comfortable gather for more. He's looking for Cameron Dunn. Leaping above the rest is Mobbs. It should bounce out on this near side for a United throw-in. Herbert just making sure, covering off Charlie Shaw. And the throw is Suit Downs. He's got Augustine all over him. Cox hooks it up the right. Followed across by Mobbs. And the offside flag is up against Ryan Harkin as he received tentatively by Charlie Shaw. So that will go back to a free kick for Northampton, old Northamptonian Chenecks. Lashley is dipping towards Augustine, volleyed on by Augustine, headed away from the back line by Miles. Anderson wants to see his team win their battles. They are doing at the moment, but they need to push on and find that opening goal. Ellis out wide. Faulkner to Downs through that little pocket of space to Charlie Shaw and dispossessed through the middle by Herbert. Herbert passing into no man's land down the left wing. Chris Cox collects and back with Dan Moore. Irwin closing him down. Chips to the left. Faulkner's up there. And a belated fall from Innes. Was there a touch from Charlie Faulkner? Referee feels not. And he's quickly back to his feet. Downs. Herbert lets it float over him. And United can't seem to penetrate the Chenecks defence at this stage. There have been no shots of merit for either side. And we've had 17 minutes. Chris Cox. Rebounds off Sam Ennis. Faulkner looking to line one up, but it's just slid away in time. And now at the other end is with Lewis Irwin. He's got support in the form of Ray Poku, but the flag is up just as Poku was played through. The flag, the saving grace for the red and greens. Back underway with the free kick. It's bobbling over to Cox. Cox with a switch of the play. Here's Steph Morley. Powerful cross in and diverted away. Luke Purse at the heart of everything at the Chenecks back line. A real standout for the home side so far. United seem to be playing the ball straight at the Chenecks defenders. The passing accuracy has not been brilliant. Morley. Miles back to Morley. Well, Morley can play in the centre as well. He's been covering for Miles and Cox during their injury, but his primary position is left back. He was out for a good while himself with Charlie Faulkner in a familiar role, taking over, doing very well. And United now, of course, have an out-and-out left back in Danny Fraser, who's on the bench. He won the sponsors man of the match on Sunday. Miles has got to a driving run. And the target was Harry Sawyer, deflected out of the left peg of Ray Poku. So United will throw in just in front of their technical area. The vivid footballing minds of Anderson and Morton looking on, hoping that United can get themselves in front here, and it was a looping cross by Harry Sawyer, and Lashley just had to be prepared. He's backing towards his goal line, but nothing that he can't handle. Ellis heads it behind it, cannoned off George Herbert. Here's Herbert again. Innes is the centre circle. Charlie Shaw shoulder to shoulder with Iger Augustine. Poku flicks it over Sawyer. And Mobbs couldn't take it with him, but Chenecks battling well and keeping hold of Luke Andrews. Looks for Innes. Flicks on with the head, just about finds Pharrell Anderson, and now looking to thread it through for Irwin, covered off by Adam Miles, who punts it out into safety. Throw in for Northampton. Still 0-0 at Deepdale between Preston and Coventry City. Big match for the Sky Blues tonight. Innes. It's Adam Miles with a good headed clearance. And Innes caught in possession. Sam Menace sneaking under his nose. And United won a free kick there. They felt that Charlie Faulkner was impeded as he looked to latch onto the free ball down the left wing. Referee says nothing doing. Lashley hooks it away from Ryan Harkin. Downs up for it. Ellis. And Charlie Shaw frustrated as it's Herbert who intercepts. Now Poku on the left wing. Overlap being made by Kieran Mobbs. And the attempt is through to Mobbs. Kieran Mobbs cutting in. He's beaten two United defenders. And crucial header by Charlie Faulkner, who gets the plaudits of Dan Moore, preventing Chenecks from taking advantage, but it's sent back in by Innes. And this time it's Downs up for it. Collected on the left wing by Steph Morley, level his own area. Luke Pearce heads it back where it came from. Augustine. Now Innes. Look at that slide in there from Charlie Faulkner. And a poor ball from the back by Luke Pearce ends the immediate danger for the Red and Greens. They've got the throw in halfway into their own territory. Roll back some more, who's got Irwin for company. It's played out to Cox, who gets the call. He's got a Poku right behind him, and he got the call just in time. Flicks it over Poku, who's not done with Cox yet, and that pressure has took it straight into the chest of Mobbs. Cox left behind, and Mobbs looking to curl it around the back line. Here's Pharrell Anderson, and Steph Morley gets his body between player and ball and keeps United safe. Downs. United not being afforded any time on the ball here. It's great pressing from Northampton. Will this be their moment? Here's Charlie Shaw. Low drive towards Harkin. Pearce says not today, but it's returned straight to the former Highgate man. Drive towards the area by Downs. Ellis couldn't find the route through. Here's Sam Menace again. Beautiful thread for Charlie Faulkner. Can he find the red shirt? It's into Ryan Harkin, certainly on a shooting position. Heads out wide under pressure from Herbert. And tries the cross. I think he was more than anything looking for the corner, and he's got it. Herbert charging down the attempted ball. And we're going to need another match ball. First couple of goals in the Champions League. PSV Eindhoven with a surprise lead over Atletico Madrid. And Union Saint-Gilloise 1-0 up against Marseille. Still 0-0 at the San Siro between Liverpool and Inter Milan. It's Downs! Oh, I thought it went all the way in for a moment there. Landed on the roof of the net. Hearts in mouths here. And this is a pretty grim picture here for Coventry United. Dan Moore has gone down. And United, like the majority of non-league teams, do not have a substitute goalkeeper. On the bench with the Red and Greens, Danny Fraser, Riley Devoyle, Stanley Jube, Gift Musa and Lewis Wilson. Fraser, Devoyle and Wilson all started on Sunday. They were given a little bit of a rest Dewberry called into the squad, and Gift Musa made an impression in his cameo at the weekend. Well, the injury to Moore, although less than ideal, has given Terry Anderson the chance to debrief his squad, try and come up with a new game plan. A very even tussle between these two sides, and we're 25 minutes in. Time really does fly when the clock is ticking on the green surface. And Southampton have just gone 2-0 up at home to West Bromwich Albion. And Sheffield Wednesday with a surprise lead at Watford. And Nuneaton have just doubled their lead at Moulton. We've not been told who the goal scorer is, but Nuneaton have got a 2-0 lead in the 25th minute. And in the other game tonight, Northampton Sydney Rangers and Oadby playing out a bore draw at this stage, 0-0. I'm pleased to report that Dan Moore is back on his feet. Hopefully he will be able to continue. It looks certainly as if that is the case. So it's Lashley with the distribution. Ellis let for it. Herbert beats him in the air. Luke Downs are going to send it over the back line. It's an awkward one for Andrews. Heads it back to Lashley with Harkin breathing down his neck. And the number one sticks it into United territory. Irwin backing into Miles. Miles gets his head to it. Shaw only as far as Herbert. Shields the ball from Ellis. Purse swinging a miss there from Adam Miles. It landed right under his nose. Poku out wide with Mobbs. Cuts away from Faulkner. Loses his footing under the slightly soft surface. Ellis forces Chenecks back into their own half. With Lashley, the return ball from Jacob Cox. Offside calls against Herbert. Referee doesn't want to know. Sent high into the sky by Purse. Who's going to claim that one? The ball caught by the wind. It's brought down by Augustin. Meaty slide in by Luke Downs. Takes it over to the far side of the field. Now to Seb Ennis. Knows he's got a man behind him. That man Cameron Dunn. So he cuts into the midfield. But there might be more help. Mobbs gets the call to Harkins behind. It's this great pressure from Coventry United. Sliding by Faulkner. Who got the last touch? Faulkner feels that it should be a United throw-in. But the last touch did come off the local lad. And the throw in the hands of Kieran Mobbs. Faulkner return to sender, throwing in almost the same position, a couple of yards further up. Mobbs again, and again Faulkner leaps up, but again more yards on the attack for Chenecks. Halfway into United turf now. And the throw from Mobbs. Poku shielding from Adam Miles, but Harry Sawyer, I should say, has wrapped his leg around Poku and got United some separation. Innes looks for options left. Charlie Faulkner sees it coming all the way. There are offside calls against Poku. Again, the flag stays down. It's a game of head tennis in the midfield. Firmly finished by Chris Cox. Volleys it upfield. And Ryan Harkin trying to judge it. Purse with the header. Harkin first to the seconds. Lobs it up. And Cameron Dunn shielded by Innes into the hands of Lashley. They've not been, I was going to say too many. I don't think there's been any chances at either end here at the old Northantonian Sports Ground. 28 minutes gone. And we're yet to have our first shot on target. Very reminiscent of the game against Leicester Nirvana, where Coventry United drew 0-0, their only blank scoreline of the season. A slight delay here as Lashley goes to collect the ball. And the captain, Chris Cox, wants to see more, tells his players to push higher up. Everyone condensed into a 20-yard area of the park. It's Irwin up, Luke Downs onto the seconds. Bounces over Andrews. It's a firm punt up by Innes. Bounces into the path of Steph Morley, former Leamington man. And it's deflected out for a throw into Chenecks, halfway into United turf. Here is Irwin, the number 9 and captain. Pharrell Anderson couldn't find his way through, and a stumble from Charlie Faulkner. May invite them in? No. And have United got the throw? No, they haven't. Charlie Shaw sending it out on the left side, just giving United a chance to breathe. Ennis. Here's Irwin. And they've got loose. Sam Ennis looking to curl it right, and he's done very well there between a rock and a hard place. Now Charlie Faulkner, he's swapped to the right-hand side. Ryan Harkin's waiting, but the pass from Charlie Faulkner connects with the standing leg of Kieran Mobbs. Faulkner wants help, and he's going to leave it for Harry Sawyer. And the throw is to Ellis, stabbed into the ground but returned to Sawyer. Shaw's in the vicinity. Harry Sawyer, was he trying to tuck it in at the near post there? Well, if he did, it wasn't a bad effort. Bradley Lashley again keeping the red and greens out. Although it's not particularly clear whether it was intended that way from the United number 2. Here's Sam Ellis. Bobbling along the pitch to the right wing, and Charlie Faulkner charged down by Mobbs. The seconds should stay within the confines of the park, and they do. Faulkner taking on Mobbs again. Out-muscling Faulkner, just leaning in with a shoulder, and Mobbs deflected out off Charlie Faulkner. That's the best that Chenecks could have hoped for. And an equaliser in the game between Union Saint-Gilloise and Marseille. It's 1-1 there. Marseille have just scored. Shaw hooks it over the back line, and only Lashley is there to pick up the pieces. Lashley. Miles judges the leap. It's over Irwin. Cameron Dunn off balance. There's a little shove in the back on Dunn, and it's out of his chest. Innes. Dunn hits it back to the right back. Here's Jacob Cox. And now they're trying to press Mobbs. Mobbs sends that bouncing ball into Herbert. Poku. Hand in the side on Poku from Harry Sawyer again. The referee says it's fair. He wants to see a fair game, a competitive game. And that's what we've got so far, but it's at the moment, it is a true stalemate. United had the throw in front of the home dugout, which is level with the penalty area of Coventry United. Bit of skill on show there from Augustine, but can't get Chenecks rolling. Herbert. Under pressure from Faulkner. It's kept in on this near side by Aja Augustine. It's bouncing towards Luke Downs. Should have it covered, and does. Shaw taps it on. Here's Cameron Dunn. Back to Charlie Shaw. Look for the crossfield ball to Steph Morley. Under hit and intercepted by Pharrell Anderson. Irwin. Anderson waiting for it. May have waited a tad too late. And United deal with it at the back. Adam Miles sends it straight out into the darkness for a throw. And what an afternoon, what an evening I should say, Southampton are having against West Brom. 3-0 up now. Former Coventry City striker Adam Armstrong with 2. Long throw from Adam Miles. Miles heads it out as far as Augustine. Caught unawares by Morley. Here's Ryan Harkin. Didn't judge that crossfield ball right, but the referee indicating there was a hand in the back on Ryan Harkin, and it will be a free kick to the red and greens. Halfway into their own half. And it's a stern... excuse me. excuse me. A stern warning for Jacob Cox. Oh, no reason to get the tissues out there. It's no yellow card for Chenecks, but it is potentially a final warning for the Northampton number 6, who continue to remonstrate with the referee on the way back to position. It's Moore. Miles is up there. Beaten mid-leap by Pearce. And Faulkner can't find a red man. It's clear as far as Irwin. Poku lurking menacingly on the left wing. Can't take the ball past Harry Sawyer, but he has got the throw halfway into United territory on the left side. 35 minutes gone. Northampton O.N. Chenecks 0. Coventry United 0. It's been barren in front of goal. A real midfield battle between these two sides. And another throw-in level with the box. Poku looking to send it in, but Harry Sawyer getting the deflection out on the near side. Who would be the happier manager at the moment? You'd have to say it's Northampton. We've got 10 minutes until half-time. We'll be going off air at half-time for a quick drinks break, so get yourself a mug of something hot or a glass of something cold and get back here for 8:45 for the second half live on CUTV. And the long throw to come from Seb Innes. One of 3 changes from the Bilson defeat on Saturday. Looks for Irwin. United couldn't claim it initially, but Irwin let it get away from him at the crucial moment. Cox. And now Augustin with the first effort of the match. On 36 minutes, it's not a successful one, but alas, we have some goal mouth action. It's side-footed to Cox from Dan Moore, who seems to have shrugged off that earlier injury. It's Cox, high one towards Charlie Faulkner. Faulkner shoulder to shoulder with Mobbs, sends it off Mobbs and puts the seconds back in. Cameron Duncan hit them. It's out wide with Harkin. And Ryan Harkin stings the gloves of Lashley, and just like that, we've had 2 strikes in the space of 60 seconds. Another game of head tennis going on in midfield. Eventually brought down again by Chris Cox. He doesn't like that game. Curls it left, and Morley's going to have to go some to get there. And he was a pace or 2 behind. And there's been a goal in the game between Charlton and Middlesbrough. Coventry City fans, prick your ears up. Middlesbrough are in front through Riley McGree in the 33rd minute. Well, the Sky Blues still haven't found a way past Preston at Deepdale. It's still 0-0 there. Throwing off the chest of Adam Miles. Coventry trying to get it out of their own half. Faulkner, hands all over the... In fact, Cameron Dunn, I should say. Hands all over Cameron Dunn on the far side. And United do come out with the ball at their feet. Ellis. And there was a little nick from behind on Ellis. The referee blows the whistle for a Coventry United free kick right on the touchline. And there's been 2 quick-fire goals in the game between Sileby and GNG Oadby Town, Coventry United's opponents in the FA Vars next month. And it is Oadby who have gone 2-0 up. So Northampton's local rivals are not enjoying their evening so far. Moore. Cox with plenty of time. Flicks on only as far as Percy. Rolls it up onto his chest, and it's a wayward clearance to the left. And the Chenecks boss, unhappy, does not want to see his team losing out there. Charlie Shaw getting a few words of wisdom in his ear from Luke Morton as he takes the throw. Mobs and punted across the face of goal by Harry Sawyer. Hit with venom. And there's been a goal in the Champions League and a surprise goal at the Nou Camp, the newly refurbished Nou Camp. Eintracht Frankfurt are 1-0 to the good. Ansgar Nauf with the strike for the German team. And there's been a goal in Italy. It's not at the San Siro. In fact, it's at the Gewi Stadium. Atalanta 0, Chelsea 1. João Pedro gives Chelsea the lead. High boot perhaps there from Charlie Faulkner. The referee doesn't want to know. Cox is probing ball, and Cameron Dunn shoulder to shoulder with Percy. Percy got there first, sent Dunn to the deck, but it was fair play. He got to the ball first, and it's out for the corner. Well, Chenecks unhappy. They felt it was a high boot. They may have had a case. Can United claim Harkin offering the short option, and they are going to take it. Harkin. Drilled back in by Cameron Dunn, but sent straight out again. This time a block rather than a clearance by the number 5 for Northampton O.N. Chenecks, Luke Pearce. Another delivery for Dunn. It's a long one towards Ryan Harkin. Flies through a crowded area. No one getting the vital touch. But here's Luke Downs straight back in. Headed by Andrews. Out to Downs again. Caught in possession by Iger Augustin. Downs marshalled over. And the referee feels it was too much. And a yellow card. And the yellow card has actually been given to Jacob Cox, the number 6. So United with a great opportunity. Just about in shooting range. And Steph Morley, the former Manchester United trainee, is going to give this one a crack. They've had some great free kick takers in their time. Best, Ronaldo, Robson, Rooney, Beckham, Giggs. He's going to leave it for Charlie Faulkner, in fact, and hits it against the wall. Augustin. And Innes getting a nosebleed being up that far up the field. And he's got a throw in level with the area. The block made by Adam Miles, but from one end to the other in about 8 seconds. Three minutes to go until the break. Plus stoppages, of course. Innes. Easily dealt with and back with Innes. Shielding the ball from Dunn. Going line with Pearce. It's a high one towards Irving. And there's a thick foot you can hear there. Chris Cox as Irwin set it up for George Herbert. Cox lunging in, collecting with the player rather than the ball. And this is much closer to shooting territory for Northampton O.N. Chenecks. And news of another English side taking the lead in Europe, and it's Tottenham Hotspur leading by 1-0 at Slavia Prague for a Zima own goal. Irwin fancies this. He's sold for Anderson. Get into position. This is mine. This is my moment. And will it be Irwin's moment? It would have been if not for a brilliant save from Dan Moore. The left claw sending it away. Poku looking to keep the blood pumping through Chenecks' veins. Anderson. And, well, I'm not entirely sure what Innes had in mind there, but I dare say it wasn't that. Well, the rain hasn't stopped remarkably the game at Ewood Park this afternoon, but it's not going well for Blackburn Rovers. They're 1-0 down at home to Oxford. That goal coming from Kieran Brown. And crucially, Coventry City and Preston still playing out a 0-0 draw up in Lancashire. Offside flag raised against Ryan Harkin, and no complaints from the Coventry United faithful. As we are about to tick into added minutes, there have been a couple of stoppages. I would say 3 to 4 minutes of added time. O.N. United feel that Adam Miles was impeached on there. Referee says nothing doing as it's cleared as far as Lashley. And the goalkeeper will roll it on the deck and play it off the green stuff. There it goes from the Chenecks number 1. Look at the kickstart this move for Northampton. It's Poku, nods it into the United area. Swiftly cleared by Morley. And handball against Kieran Mobbs. And the number 8 there trying to take the ball with him, George Herbert. Referee nips that one in the bud. And there could be one more opportunity before the break. Coventry United given the go-ahead from the official. It's Chris Cox sending it down the right-hand channel. Headed up rather than out by Mobbs. Harkin tries to shield from Herbert. He's got Charlie Faulkner in the vicinity, as well as Charlie Shaw, and trying to put it on a plate for Faulkner. And it flies towards the goalkeeper, and easy pickings for Lashley. Harkin almost playing a Dion Dublin now, waiting behind the goalkeeper. Luke Downs, high angle ball down the left, and Pearce closed down by Cameron Dooney, deflects the attempted pass down the right into the dark fields in front of us, the two rugby fields. And it's half time at Deepdale. Preston 0, Coventry City 0. Hopefully better news for the Sky Blues in the second half as they look to ensure their lead is maintained. And there is no lead to maintain at half time for either team. Northampton Chenecks 0, Coventry United 0. Only 2 real efforts to goal in a pretty stubborn first half. But as they say, the best is yet to come. Half time here at the old Northamptonian Sports Ground. Northampton 0, Coventry 0. Still 0-0. Apparently so.
As I walked across, I said to Gaz, it's 1-0, Canate. Just come back, it's 0-0 now.
They were pulling your pisser, mate.
Who's on there?
Oh yeah, yeah, Luke it was. Was ruled out, yeah. Half time here at the old Northamptonians sports grounds. Northampton O.N. Chenecks 0, Coventry United 0. Another 45 minutes of action coming your way here on CUTV with Liam Cook. The players have swapped ends. United now kicking from right to left. No changes from what we can see at half time. So let's get you straight back into the action. Can the Red and Greens make it 4 consecutive victories under, quote, new management? Terrence wants to see a quick start from his team. Will he get his wish? Here we go. Coventry United and Northampton O.N. Chenecks playing to a finish. And it's all to play for. Will those words of wisdom seep into the heads of the Red and Greens? It's an early break on here for Irwin. It's played behind Anderson. Interception by Steph Morley. Sends it over the midfield and the back line of Chenecks. It's a hasty ball back by Luke Purse, but quickly cleared by Lashley and sent it straight to his opposite number one in Dan Moore. And thankfully, we've been told that Dan Moore is fresh as a daisy at half-time after that little injury scare. And Cameron Dunn, a tad too forceful in there on Jacob Cox. Forearm into the side, and it will be a free kick to Chenecks just on the tip of the centre circle. Well, there was hope for Liverpool fans over in Milan, but they scored, but unfortunately it's been ruled out, so it's still 0-0 at the San Siro between Inter Milan and Liverpool. We're not affecting that ball from Lashley, but O.N couldn't bring it down with the head. Here's Charlie Faulkner looping it up, and Cameron Dunn lurking behind Mobbs and forces Mobbs to hook it out on that far side. Now United have the throw-in, and they've just got in the way again at Deepdale, and Coventry City have a numerical advantage. They have 11 players, Preston only have 10, with Liam Lindsay receiving a red card in the 39th minute. Could this be finally the day where Coventry beat Preston away for the first time in a good 70 years? The throw-in comes from for the red and green. It's back with Chris Cox at the back now. Steph Morley. Faulkner trying to pirouette around Innes, but loses possession. Innes off the standing leg of Steph Morley, and a pirouette from Sam Miles here, trying to replicate the sexy football we saw on Sunday. Miles with the clearance, cannons off the back of Pharrell Anderson, throwing United deep into their own half. And the throw towards Charlie Faulkner, headed back again from by Innes. Sent high into the sky by Ellis. Anderson sends it off Ellis, and that's with Augustin, runs to the path of Adam Miles, hooks it to the left-hand side. Charlie Faulkner up, sent up again by Sam Ellis. Charlie Faulkner trying to bring it down. Grass flying everywhere here, and no one can seem to get a latch onto the ball. And now it is the home side who have got on the end of it. Here's Irwin. Poku out wide. Looking to beat several United shirts, where he beat 3 of them, but not the 4th in Adam Miles' sliding block. And it will be a throw in the corner. We'll run you through the half-time scores in the Champions League in a moment. They're just coming to the end of their first halves. And the good news is 2 of the English teams are winning, 1 is drawing. Well, it's going to be another jet-propelled effort from the hands of Seb Innes. Miles, and it looks like Irwin got a little tread to the toe there. And it's gone straight out for the goal kick. So the half-time scores in the Champions League. Atalanta 0, Chelsea 1, Barcelona 0, Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Inter Milan 0, Liverpool 0, Monaco 0, Galatasaray 0, PSV 1, Atletico Madrid 1. They've equalised there, the Spanish team. Spurs 1, Slavia Prague 0, and Union Saint-Gilloise 1, Marseille 2. Marseille completed the turnaround in that match. Goal kick towards Cameron Dunn, met in the air by the left back Kieran Mobbs. Here's Herbert, trying to wrestle his way through Charlie Shaw and forces the save from Dan Moore. Both hands to it, and the danger ended by Steph Morley on the near side. And Coventry United are, I think, going to make their first change. Riley DeVoyle is called over. Stanley Jube going through some warm-ups too. I just want to see a bit more organisation in the defensive approach. Will it cost them here? Not for the moment, it won't. Cameron Dunn booting it through the middle, and Mobbs will hit it back to the goalkeeper. Has he underhit it? Well, he did by a couple of inches, but Lashley was able to get it up to Poku, who runs it out on the halfway line. Coventry United throw on the far side of the field. There were some remarks at half-time by our left back Aaron Dickens, who isn't in the matchday squad today. Have you managed to make this game sound entertaining? Well, so I told him, CUTV may be the best coverage around, but we're not miracle workers. And here's Ryan Harkin on the volley. Scoops it over. United are getting their first change ready, and it will be the vice-captain, Riley Devoyle, given a 50-minute rest after playing a lengthy amount of time on Sunday. Kick from Lashley straight out in front of the away dugout, I should say, of Coventry United. The throw in from Morley. Headed up into the centre circle by Innes. Poku caught in possession by Harry Sawyer and lopped it over the back line. Cameron Dunn tests the goalkeeper. It's done to head it in. No. Well, the usual striking, emphatic striking that Cameron Dunn usually provides deserts him on that occasion, just when Coventry United needed it the most. And it's still 0-0 after 52 minutes. But United have started brightly on the counter-attack. Poku was looking for Anderson, and a neat slide by Morley, denying the chance for Irwin to strike. Downs, was he caught on the way through? Referee says nothing doing. Ellis beaten to the seconds by Innes. And Stanley Jube also going for his paces on this near side. Could it be a double change for the red and greens? There's a hand in the back by Cameron Dunn on Kieran Mobb's free kick to the Chenecks. The subs board is being prepared. Well, we definitely know that Riley Devoyle is coming on. Who is coming off? We don't yet know. And the free kick in by Herbert. Unchallenged header away by Adam Miles. Faulkner, 2 bites of the cherry. Miles only as far as Mobbs. And Mobbs sends it high. Morley trying to shepherd Anderson away from it. And he's done beautifully. Turns away from Anderson and lays it off to Miles, who was calling for it. Returns to Morley out wide. Morley hooks it up towards Charlie Faulkner on the chest of Faulkner. Jimenez getting in each other's way, and it was Charlie Shaw leaping into the challenge, the deflection coming off Jacob Cox of Northampton. And Faulkner is going to leave the throw. He tried to take it quickly out of position, so they're going to go a little slow and a little more precise with Steph Morley. Morley was looking for Ryan Harkin. He wanted someone behind Harkin. They weren't there, and it's cost them. Purse. Miles looks to shield it, and it's sent out off Adam Miles. Back heel by Irwin. Corner to Northampton O.N. Chenecks. And there's been a goal at Bramwell Lane. Danny Ings with the goal for Sheffield United at home to struggling Norwich and the former Coventry man Philippe Clement. And Middlesbrough 2-0 up in their game at struggling Charlton. But here's one that will put smiles on sky blue faces. Birmingham losing 1-0 at QPR. It's a low corner in, swung away by Faulkner on the edge of the area. It's not the best of distributions from the Chenecks set piece. Cox, crossfield ball to Ryan Harkin, shields the ball from Innes. And it's loose. Harkin just beats Herbert to the seconds, and it rolls behind Steph Morley. He's told he's got time, and he's going to use it. Luke Downs in anchoring midfield. It's not the best of balls to Adam Miles, but he's able to avert disaster with Poku trying to get on the end of it. And a wayward pass from Ellis out to the right. And here comes the first Coventry United change. And it is Riley Devoyle, the vice-captain, on. And it's the end of the afternoon for Sam Ellis. Scorer of the decisive goal on Sunday. He's done it a bit for the week. He'll be back on Saturday for the game against Ainsbury. And Lewis Irwin in need of some nourishment there. Well, in fact, it's a bit of deep heat. That was not a sight I wanted to see tonight. There's nowhere expecting a full moon. Miles, awkward header into his own area, and Poku lashes at it. A strike more befitting of the rugby pitches over the way. Lofted up towards Cameron Dunn, who swapped to the right wing, and it's hit the back of Dunn off the head of Herbert. To concede the throw just into their own turf. To need a little bit more in this second half. Will the changes bring it? Their squad depth, although, is fragile, certainly has a lot of talent in it. Devoyle. Ball took a nick on the way through, took the spin off it, allows Mobs onto it, and a turn by Poku, zoning in towards Dan Moore, and it's a tame finish and a waste of a great chance for Chenecks. Luke Downs took out Augustine in that move, but the referee says it's fair game. Downs out wide with Cameron Dunn, needs to get back among the goals, you feel. Chip pass towards Ryan Harkin, and Harkin! They're not testing the goalkeepers in this second half. They're getting the efforts away, improving the spectacle, but the scoreline remains at 0-0. Well, Northampton Derby Rangers have just got one back in their game at home to G&G Oadby Town. Goal coming from Kelvin Moyo after Mario Mendes and Stanley Mugisha puts Oadby in front. The Poachers taking on, of course, Coventry United in the new year in the FA Vars fourth round. Harkin closes down Purse and deflects that ball out in front of the home dugout where a change is forthcoming. We're not seeing the number on the board just yet, so I run through the substitutes for Northampton. Tyron Primus, Lamin Jama, Lewis Green, Johnny Muddyman and Axel Owusu. Hoof up from Innes, headed into the centre circle by Faulkner. First and the second is Cameron Dunn. Now it's with Luke Downs. Sends it high, headed back where it came from by Luke Andrews. And a clear trip on the way through there on Cameron Dunn by George Herbert. United with the free kick. I don't think we'll see a clearer one all day. Riley Devoyle getting some instructions from Dan Moore behind as he looks to float this one in, and headed out for the corner by Purse, who looks around, and that's where was the support. It was good defence by Purse, but I'm sure Chenecks didn't want to find themselves in this position. And it's whipped in by Devoe towards that far post, goes over everyone. Augustine will decide against letting it roll out for the goal kick, and probably would have been better to let it go because the ball down the left flank has drifted out just short of the halfway line for a Coventry United throw. And Faulkner is going to leave it for Harry Sawyer as United look to take advantage. Downs, Sawyer. Cox all the way back to Moore. One time of Worcester City, who now find themselves at step 3 on their return to greatness. And that was not a kick of greatness from Moore. It was short of done and bounces out on the far side for a throw to Northampton, who are holding off on their change for now. Coventry City still struggling to break down the 10 men of Preston. Still 0-0 after half an hour at Deepdale. And we've had over an hour here at the old Northamptonian Sports Ground. It's still 0-0 between Northampton, old Northamptonian Chenecks and Coventry United. There's the throw up towards Irwin. And he's just nudged over the line by Harry Sawyer. Irwin frustrated with himself there. Slow to get back into position. And it's not the best of throws from Sawyer. Mobb's getting his head to it, but the second's collected by Cox. Purse sends it high. Awkward bounce in front of Augustine. Steph Morley with the header. Thunderous clearance from the former Leamington man. Here's Charlie Shaw on the volley, looking to send it down the left wing for Charlie Forgan. He was counting on a mistake from the right back. It didn't come. Cox. Jacob Cox, that is, for Northampton. Irwin nodded down the left, and Poku is looking dangerous. Forces the slide out for the corner from Harry Sawyer. Poku looks to be the danger man for Northampton. And it will be Poku to whip it in, headed across by Irwin, and Faulkner gets himself between player and ball on Anderson, and that was crucial. Anderson was primed to strike. Harkin done the target, hooked away and straight towards Dan Moore, and Stanley Jube and Lewis Wilson going for a walk. United need to sharpen their teeth up front. So you have to think both of those substitutions, if they were to happen, would be a good move. And it looks like Lewis Wilson may well be heading onto the field sooner rather than later. There's a bit of vocal chess there between Steph Morley and the assistant on this near side. I think the assistant has firmly won that one. Done. Wrestled away by Mobbs. And now it's with Augustine looking for Irwin. Adam Miles weighted his header back to Moore beautifully. And Gift Musa going for a warm-up now. Plenty of changes on the offing for Coventry United. Do they need him? The offside flag up against Charlie Faulkner. He didn't receive the ball, but did intend to, so that's interfering with play. And the flag is up against the Coventry-born player. Well, a sigh of relief for West Brom. They've got one back against Southampton. 3-1 there now at St Mary's from Carlin Ahern Grant. And some of the Champions League games have just restarted. No goals to say about yet. It's Lashley. Morley got enough on the header. Collected behind by Pharrell Anderson. Now it's with Jacob Cox. Ray Poku leaving Harry Sawyer behind. A burst of pace. But United like a rock at the back. Although a moving one. Cox looks for Charlie Shaw up there. Herald duel won by Cox. He's won the battle, but he's lost the war. Done the target. And Northampton having to work hard in midfield to keep Coventry United out. But they're doing so successfully. Swan dive header by Adam Miles out as far as Jacob Cox. Hooks it over the back line. Augustine's a few paces behind it. Out comes Dan Moore. Danger averted for now. Number 1 looks for the number 9, Ryan Harkin. Didn't find Harkin, but the header by Purse finds Charlie Shaw of Coventry United. It's with Faulkner. Well, that was the intention from Steph Morley. Innes got to it, but his move towards Irwin was under hit. Collision between Shaw And Jacob Cox in the midfield, and another one between Downs and Augustine. And Coventry United have got the throw-in. Slide in by Cox, taking a last touch of Aja Augustine, and the change is coming at last for Northampton O.N. Chenecks, and 2 for Coventry United. Charlie Shaw is off, and Lewis Wilson will replace him. And for Northampton, it's Lamine Jammer who will be coming on. Cameron Dunn withdrawn for Stanley Jube. And we wait to see the player who's coming off for... oh, there it is. It's the number 11. That's Farrell Anderson. So Farrell Anderson replaced by Lamine Jammer of Coventry United. Cameron Dunn and Charlie Shaw off. Coming on, Lewis Wilson and Stanley Jube. So a change of tack for the red and greens, and it looks like they need it. They're struggling to break down Northampton. Northampton are making Coventry United work. And look at that, closing in on the goalkeeper, and that is a gnarly collision. Charlie Faulkner high on the goalkeeper, and the physio is going to be called over. Both Faulkner and Brad Lashley are in need of some attention, and Lucy Stead racing over. And United sending their 2 remaining substitutes, Danny Fraser and Gift Musa, for a jog. And there's been another couple of goals in Europe. Atletico Madrid have completed their turnaround through Hanko. It's 2-1 now to Atletico at PSV, and Spurs doubled their advantage. An own goal and a penalty will be enough for Thomas Frank's side. A penalty coming from Mohamed Kudus. Well, neither Lashley nor Faulkner are on their feet yet. Concern for both teams. More so for Northampton, of course. Like Coventry, they don't have a substitute goalkeeper. Faulkner is now up, and it's a yellow card for Charlie Faulkner for the collision with Brad Lashley. A shake of hands and a help up for Lashley. He's now back in the game. Poku. Back underway here at the Old Northantonian Sports Ground, and Poku looking to race in. Hooked away by Adam Miles. Just like Sunday, Coventry United's backline are doing the business. But they want more than a point here, and it's going to take everything they've got to break down this Chenecks backline. Flicks off the heel of Lewis Wilson. Riley DeVoyle, and sprinting to the left is Charlie Faulkner. Certainly getting a run out in his first start in 6 weeks. Faulkner towards that far post. Stanley Jube is up there. It's nodded towards the far side by Kieran Mobbs. He'll get there before he goes out for the throw-in. Up line now with Poku. Andrews, more height than distance, but DeVoyle slips on the ball. And there was a slip there from Irwin as well, but it is away now from the number 8, George Herbert. Poku, down line with Irwin. Irwin! It looked for a second as if we had an absolute spectacular on our hands. Luke Downs. Chenecks pushing firm. Lamine Jammer. Clearance headed back where it came from. Lewis Wilson scuffed that pass. That was certainly a scuff from Luke Pearce. Out for a United throw. Apologies if you're having any technical difficulties there. I think we've sorted them out now. Faulkner draws in the free kick. Connection between Faulkner and Innes. Chances have been very few and very far between. Can Coventry United make this one count? Morley, and just nodded over the woodwork. And United's management team to our right, convinced that Lashley got a fingertip to it. It will be a goal kick. It'll be interesting to see that replay back. Lashley down the middle. Miles headed towards the right back who got the last touch. It will be a Coventry United throw. The final touch coming off Innes. Now, of course, no ball boys in non-league, so the players have got to do it themselves. Morley with ball in hand, looking to craft something down the left wing. Headed up rather than out by Innes. Here's Lamin Gemma shielding the ball from fellow substitute Lewis Wilson. Drilled to the left-hand side by Seb Innes. Tracking back his Poku. Downline with Mobs. Deflected off Stanley Jube. Nodded up in the centre circle by Luke Downs. Jammer. Wilson battling for it. Lamin Gemma, a bit of help from Herbert. But the ball is loose again. Harkin collects. Ryan Harkin wrestling with Lamin Gemma, and he's come out with the ball. And Ryan DeVoyle looking to play it through for Charlie Faulkner. He can't afford another collision with Bradley Lashley and pulled out of that one. Lashley smothers it on the deck. Lashley with the glancing header on, looking for Jammer. Cox clears momentarily. It's towards Jammer again. A little tussle between Cox and the Northampton substitute. It's Cox who comes off better. Morley, it's a high one towards Stanley Dew, playing in the middle in the absence of Ryan Harkin in this move. And here is Ryan Harkin, tried to prod it past Innes, couldn't take it around. A frustrating evening here in Northampton for both sides. Northampton will probably be happier with the point than Coventry United. They maybe sit 8th in the table, but they have dreams of grandeur, dreams of playoff glory. And they need to try and take advantage with Moulton losing at home to Nuneaton Town. Miles. It's a misplaced pass connected by Innes. Plays a 1-2 with Jammer. Seb Innes. And it's a cushion header back by Chris Cox. To Moore. But a couple of goals in Europe, we'll let you know about those in a moment. Stanley Jube. Taking on Mobs. Sending Rolly DeVoyle down the right-hand side. DeVoyle rolls it across Lashley's net. And it will go out for the corner. Innes hit the deck in hopes of getting it. And there's been a big goal at Deepdale. Could this be the night for Coventry City? They have scored. They're 1-0 up at Preston. And it's an own goal, would you believe? Through Andrew Hughes. So Coventry lead 1-0 at Preston. Can Coventry United get themselves a winner? Sawyer. His flick up is headed away by Herbert. Mobs, and he knew as soon as the ball left his boot, it was heading out for a throw. Let's have a look at what's going on in Europe. There have been some goals. Barcelona have not only equalised, but they're now in front against Frankfurt. 2 goals in 3 minutes, I should say, by Jules Koundé. Atalanta have just equalised at home to Chelsea as well. So Chelsea now only drawing 1-1. The throw in towards Wilson. And stabbed out for the corner by Andrews. 14 minutes to go here on CUTV. Northampton O.N. Chenecks 0. Coventry United 0. We're nearing the conclusion. I'd say dramatic conclusion, but the one thing that's been lacking from this game at the moment is drama. Can United ramp it up? DeVoyle staying back with Downs. The leaping ability of Miles and Cox in there. It's deep. It's too deep. And Stanley Jude was too high. Trying to wrap his leg around Kieran Mobbs. And the free kick on the right side of their own area to Chenecks. And they're going to make a substitution. Their second of the match, Johnny Muddyman, one of 3 men withdrawn from Saturday's game, is going to come on for Seb Innes. Thank you very much to the substitute board holder there. It was a frustrating occasion on Sunday, especially while I was a stadium announcer. Hanley decided not to bring a substitutes board, which made it very difficult to figure out who was coming on or off. It's a lot better here at the old Northamptonian Sports Ground. So Innes off, Muddyman on. United have 2 changes left that they can make. Gift Musa still on the bench, as is Danny Fraser. They may need a little bit more pace on the wing here. And there's offside calls against Opoku, who avoids the slide from Harry Sawyer. Well, 2 potential fouls in there. First for the trip on Opoku, and then a little stab in on George Herbert. But whether it was for the first or the second, Northampton have got their free kick and a chance to float it into the danger zone for the home side. Of course. It's never that simple at Preston, is it? Preston have just equalised through Daniel Jebison. 1-1 at Deepdale. Poku. And a diving header wide at the near post from Luke Pearce. You ever think that we're destined for a 0-0? It certainly seems like one of those nights. You get the same feeling we got against Leicester Nirvana, although that night Coventry United were blessed with chances they simply couldn't take. Tonight there haven't been any. And another change coming up for Northampton O.N. Chenecks. Axel Owusu is going to be coming on. Sawyer wrestling with Poku, and he's been penalised there, and a yellow card. 3 foul plays in the space of a minute. No surprise to see Sawyer in the book. It's in by Mobbs. Headed across his penalty area by Adam Miles. The seconds will come in with Lamin Jammer. Battling with Lewis Wilson. Jammer across. A chance to Herbert for hit it. Chris Cox makes the block. Hopeful ball into the area. Scoops up and out by Adam Miles. And surely Cox will finish the job now. Lays it off to Steph Morley. That's the end of that chapter. Poku. Handed away from Poku by Harry Sawyer, but Poku is first to the seconds. He's got some help, but he won't be able to find Augustine. Goes for the cross, and it's easily diverted clear. Harkin looks to find the racing Stanley Jube on the overlap, but it's not going to come good on that occasion. And change number 3 for Northampton O.N. Chenecks. It's Axel Owusu replacing George Herbert. And in fact, it's a number 8 on the board, but it's actually Jacob Cox who is off the field. And United are getting their next change ready. It looks to me as if it's going to be a straight swap between Steph Morley and Danny Fraser. And the strike across the net by Owusu. His first action in the game. Promising, but not successful. And it is as we thought. Fraser on, Morley off. The defence getting their instructions. Coventry United are going to go gung-ho for the last 8.5 minutes. Northampton O.N. Chenecks 0. Coventry United 0. With 8.5 minutes to go. And it's frustration on the road for Coventry City as well. As we told you, they did take the lead in the 70th minute through a Hughes own goal, but Daniel Jefferson equalised on the 76th minute. So that lead only lasted for 6 minutes for Frank Lampard's team. Wilson with the interception. A bit of help from Charlie Falker in the process. Here's the Voyle. Jube. Does Jube need some help, or is he going to go alone? He does go alone. Well, it's good to see Coventry United are giving it their best. But at the moment, Chenecks are robust enough to keep them quiet. Well, we hope to have the honour of your company on Saturday as we have the visits of Ainsbury Rovers at 3 o'clock. United Counties League action at the Butts Park Arena. Usual ticket prices apply. £7 for adults, £4 for concessions, £1 for under 16s. And Irwin nods it across, and Danmore just of Poku. Mere inches from the first goal, or certainly a great chance for the first goal for Northampton O.N. Chenecks. A job well done for Steph Morley as he heads back to the dressing room. And Augustine Wayward was looking for Ray Poku out wide. And another ball quickly found. Coventry United at the moment are looking a little scarce in ideas. Wilson. Stanley Jube. And here's Charlie Faulkner. There's options arriving at the far post. Ryan Harkins in there. It ends up wide for the goal kick. I think Harkin did get his boot to it, but couldn't send it goal bound. Well, the highlights will be available tomorrow night here on the Coventry United TV YouTube channel, but I must say it's not going to be the most interesting highlights package you've seen of the season unless the Red and Greens can muster something special in the last few minutes. Poke on the edge of the area. Poku to win it! Ray Poku! Curling effort beyond more with just 6 minutes to go. They've looked the more dangerous, you have to say. And if you had to put your hat on someone scoring for Northampton, it was probably going to be Ray Poku. Finally getting a little pocket of space to work with. Takes his shot and sends it flying home. And United have got just 6 minutes to rescue this. It's 1-0 to the home side. Right, so it looks as if the winning run is going to end under new management, but can Coventry United keep it unbeaten? Here's Stanley Jube. High cross. Flies straight out on the other side for the goal kick. 4.5 to go. Now you can expect Northampton to sit back now and try and soak in the pressure. Lashley taking his time. The referee gives him the hurry up. Headed on by Irwin. Jammer. Wilson with the interception, but charged down by Jammer. He's happy with himself there. Throw in to Coventry United, but more precious seconds wasted for the red and greens. Cox looks for Wilson, beaten mid-air. It will be another throw in for the red and greens. This time Muddyman getting his bonds to it. And more changes afoot for Northampton O.N. Chenecks as they try and run the clock down. Throw to Wilson. Jammer with a barge in, and it's worked. Cox momentarily getting a touch on the ball. Jammer trying to wrestle his way through. Cox shields well from Lamin Jammer, the Northampton substitute. Cox through the middle, touched on by Faulkner. Stanley Jube looked to flick it through. He's got the free kick. He was taken out by a sliding Luke Andrews. It looks like Adam Miles is going to be heading up front. That's not the first time we've seen this. Remember heading back to the game at Histon a few years ago under the stewardship of Carl Nolan. Coventry United needed something special. They sent Adam Miles up front. Is it going to work again? It's in towards Cox and headed behind by Pearce. A corner will follow. The red and greens given their marching orders. As it's whipped in, it's over Adam Miles. Charlie Faulkner plays it across, headed away by Herbert. Cox keeps it away from Poku in the air. Luke Downs skies it towards the right. Fraser, Wilson, and Jube trying to get on the end of that one, but it's hooked away. Fraser dispossessed by Poku, but Poku runs into the path of Riley Devoyle. Sawyer on two United players going for the overhead kick there. Adam Miles and Ryan Harkin getting in each other's way. Danny, 90 seconds of normal time to go here on CUTV. Northampton O.N. Chenecks 1, Coventry United 0. Well, United have been piling on the pressure since going behind. It's towards Miles up front. Andrews gets his head to it. Offside calls against Ray Poku, the goal scorer. Flag stays down. And here is Poku receiving from Augustin. The second would clinch it. Here's Lamin Jammer. Owusu deflected out wide. Here's the captain, Irwin. Takes it away from a sliding Cox. Tries to curl it into the bottom corner and just wide. And Dan Moore looks on in bemusement. He thought he didn't get the touch. Neither do Terry Anderson or Luke Morton. It looked to me as if it headed wide, although Irwin's body was in the way. One more change for Northampton O.N. Chenecks, who find themselves in front now. Tyron Primus will replace the goal scorer, Ray Poku. And the responsibilities for the corner will now fall upon Axel Owusu. So prime us on for the last dredgings of this United Counties League fixture. We are now into added time. I would say 3 minutes of added time. We had the lengthy stoppage with the injury to Lashley and Faulkner. United will hope there's as much time as possible to get something. But Jammer could finish it at the far post, heads it into the ground. Irwin's in there. And United able to scramble clear. Jammer pulls it back from Stanley Jube. Shielded from Cox. And United have got themselves the free kick. Jammer looking to earn himself a penalty. He's gone down injured. And the referee, despite Jammer being down, I think he senses a little bit of sportsmanship there. And Coventry United are going to get underway. Chenecks are down to 10 men at the moment as Jammer stays down. Owusu. Chenecks told, kick it out, and they are going to do so. In fact, no, they're not. They're going to play it up line for Axel Owusu. Jammer still getting back to his feet here. Cross collected on the edge of the area by Chris Cox, and Jammer still looking a little worse for wear. Cox. And the referee has halted play here, and it's a yellow card for, I think, that is Ija Augustin who's got the yellow. United are not dead and buried yet. Just under 2 minutes of added time gone. They've got to make it count. It's a delivery by Moore. Miles is up there, bounces through. Lewis Wilson hooked away by Muddyman. Owusu. Towering header by Irwin. Everyone back now for Northampton, protecting this lead with all they've got.